Okay guys, so this is the top, the front part of it. I've added lining to it, and I also added stiff to it, joined it together and gave it a top stitch. So this is it. So this is for the front and this is for the back. So what we are going to do now is we are going to place our darts on it. We are going to place our darts on it. I'm marking, I've placed the 4 here and then mark 11 for the dart point. Then I'll measure the underbars. The underbars is 14.5. I'll add ½ inch to it to make it 15. Okay, I'm going to measure 4 inches for the darts. 4 inches. Then the waistline too, I'll measure 4 inches. Okay, so at the waistline I'll give it ½ inch. Then at the underbars line, I'm going to give it ½ and quarter. Okay. Okay, so I'll just trace it the other side. To turn this inside like this. I'm going to sew this. I'm going to sew everything together and then give it a top stitch. Then I'll hold my darts this way. The back too, I'm going to do the same thing by sewing the down parts. I'll sew the down part for both. Okay, then I'm going to place my darts on the back one also. I'll place my 4 inches here. In the back dart I'm going to mark 9. So this is my 9. Okay, now the back we have a zip allowance of 2 inches, but because I attached the lining to it, I've reduced it by ½ inch. So we are going to measure 1.5 for the zip allowance. I'm going to start from somewhere here. 4 inches. Then I'm going to measure ½ inch on each side. As for back, we don't need any underbars. Okay, so this is it. So after sewing the down parts, I'm going to hold it like the way I did for the front, this way, and then sew on it. And so I'll do the same thing for the other side. Now when we come to the trouser, this is the band for the trouser. This is the band, and these are the front parts of the trouser. So I have attached the pocket to it. And so if you want to know how to attach pocket to female trousers, I'll leave the link in the description box for you to see. So I've attached the pocket to it. I have knit everything, and what I did is at the crotch area too, I attached stiff to it, so that when I add my zip to it, it will not be too difficult for me. At least I need this place to be thick since we are not lining it. So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to add our band to it, and we are going to add the band individually. This is the band, and so I'll just attach it from here, place it on it inside, and place this one on it and sew on top. I'm going to place my darts. You can decide to do the darts before you do your pockets. Yes, I'm going to mark 1. I don't know, you will not see it all because the stiff is white, so So 1 here. So from here I'm going to measure my dart, my 4 inches. Measure my 4 inches. Then I'll measure half on each side. Half on each. Okay. Then I'm going to place it here and measure 5 inches. Okay. So this is it. So I'll hold this. So this is it. So I'm going to sew this dart this way. Then later I'll place this on top and then add my band to it. Add my band to it and sew everything together. I'll do the same thing for the other side also. And then I'll measure from this waistline to where the dart is, which is 6. So it's 6. Okay. So 6. Let me pin it back. I'll come to this side, the waist side or the hip side, and also measure 6 here. This is the 6, and then I'm going to measure half on each side. So the 6, that's the middle line. Okay, half on each side, and then mark my 5 inches here. And then okay, so I'll hold it. I'll do the same thing for the other back. Then sew it together, sew the dart and attach the band on each, and then I'll come and show it to you. Okay guys, so this is the top upper part of the dress. Okay, so instead of sewing the down parts before doing the darts, what I did is I did the dart, and after I used satin bias to close the down parts very well. So this is it. This is what I have. This is the front. So that's it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my measurements on it. So the bust is 37. So I'll place it here. 37 divided by 2 is going to be 18.5. So this is 18.5. This is 18.5. So I have 1, 2, 3. So 1.5 on each side. So when usually I place it on the dart line, the bust line, that's where I place the measurement. So 1.5 on each side. Then the waist is 30. So 15. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. So 2 on each side. But I'm going to make it 2.5. I'm reducing the waist to 29. So 2.5. Another 2.5 also here. Oh. So when I come to the armhole, I'm just going to draw it straight. Okay. Okay. So something like this is okay. I'll do the same thing for this part also. Okay, so this is it. So I'll just pick the back parts and then join it to each other. And I'm going to pin it. Okay, so this is going to be for the back. This is the back of the dress. This is the front of it. Okay, so I'll sew it that way. And for our sleeve, this is what I did. I make a band of about 1 inch or 1.5 inch. Yes, 1.5 inch a band, and then attach it to the top here and fold it here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew on this line all straight to this end, and then I'm going to, after I'll put this elastic band in, secure it this way. So I'm going to secure this, and then I'll pull it to the measurement that I want. So this is going to be for the upper part of the sleeve, and then the down part here, I am going to fold it by 1 inch, at most 1 inch, this way, sew on top, and then I'm going to put this elastic band of 1/2 inch inside, secure it here. I'll put it inside this way, secure it here, and sew it all through to the end. Pull it to the desired waist measurements. Then after this, I'm going to, so after I will join it by 1/2 inch, and that will be okay. So I'll do this for both sleeves and come and show it to you. So this is the front part. I'm going to place my measurements on them. So every measurement, I'm going to divide it into 4. Okay, so the 7.5, the waist is 7.5. That is 30 divided by 4, 7.5. So this is 7.5 here. I have 7.5 here. So I have 1, 2, and 1. I have 1, 2.5. I have 2.5. So I'm going to divide 2.5 into 2. That's going to be 1 1/4. So this is 1 1/4. Okay, so I'll place this here and measure my 7.5 also here. So this is it. 7.5, 7.5. Okay, and then come to the crotch line, and what I'm going to do is I am going to measure 1/2 inch. What I need here is 26. I need 26, and I have 13.5 here. And so what I'm going to do is I'll measure 1/2 inch here, 1/2 inch here. I'm going to join this by 1/2 inch. This is the knee side. I'm going to measure that one also by 1/2 inch. Okay, then I'll come to this side, that is the ankle side, which is also 1/2 inch. So I'm going to sew all by 1/2 inch. Then when I come to the side here, also 1/2 inch. Okay. So this is front, one part of the front. I'll just pick one part of the back. So this is the front part of the back, and this is the front part of the front. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to place it on it this way. I'm going to sew this. Hope you can see very well. Okay, because I'm going to fold this part, I'm not going to go down. I'll sew up to this point because I'll fold the down. Okay, then I'll come to this place also, pull it. I'll place the same measurements on the other front parts of the trousers, just as I did for this one. Join it to the other back of it and come and show it to you. Okay guys, so this is it for the top, the front. So we are going to attach the sleeve to it. This is the sleeve. So this is the wrist area, and this is the shoulder part. Okay, so I'm going to attach it. When you finish sewing this, the upper part, the armhole, you have to calculate the measurement you have here. So what I have here is 6 1/4. Then you use the same thing to calculate for the sleeve also, the armhole for the sleeve also, then you get the same thing. So what I'll do is I'll just pick one this way and then attach it to armhole this way. I'm going to pin it just this way, and I'm going to pull this way. So here I'll measure 1 inch here, 1 inch here, 1 inch. Then I'm going to place this one on it this way and pin it. I'm going to pin this here. Then I'll come to the back also. I'm going to measure 1 inch also from there, 1 inch also from here. Okay. As for the sleeve shoulder line, you can make it 1/2 inch. That will be okay. So I'm making it 1/2 inch, so you can see that it's not up to this part. Okay, then I'll hold it this way. So I'm going to adjust it very well and then sew everything through, and I'm going to have it this way. Yes, so I'll do the same thing for the other sleeve also, and sew on top and come and show it to you. So I have joined everything. Now the trouser, when you are joining, join from the down so that you can get the down part to be equal. Don't join from the top, join from the down. When you join from the down, then you'll be straightening it so you get everything equal. So you realize that this part is not supposed to be equal. The crotch area is not supposed to be equal. Front and back are not supposed to be exactly the same. So you join from the down. So what I've done is, this is one, I've turned one inside and I have turned one outside. So what I'll do is I'll pick this is the leg, then I'm going to put it, inside this one, the one I've turned in. Then I will let the crotch area meet each other, and so you realize that this one is not equal to this one is not equal to that's the back of the trousers, so it will meet each other this way. Okay, and I'm going to pin it all through. Okay, so now when I come to the measurement that I did, so this is the measurement. You see, this is the measurement we did here, and that's the front part. I'm not going to sew that place. That place we are going to use zip for it, so we'll not sew that place. But let me pin for pinning sake, then after I'll remove it. So I'm going to pin this one also, and I'm doing all that by 1/2 inch, but here is going to be more than that. Okay, so I'll pin this area also. All by 1/2 inch. Okay, so I'll stop here, and then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the one leg out. Okay, so this is it. So what I want is 30. I want 30. So at the end of the day, I'm supposed to get 15 for the front here. So I'm going to measure to see if I have exactly 15. If I don't have, it means I have to reduce the measurements. I have to open up. Okay, so what I have here is 14, which means I have to at least reduce it by 1/2 inch a bit. I went in too much. Okay, so I think the problem will be at this place. Okay, let me fold. Okay, and see what I have here. That is I have 14.5, which will be 29. I think 29 is okay because we want it, she wants it tight at the waistline, but I'll still reduce ½ inch here, ½ inch here, in case if it's too tight for her, she'll be able to undo one of the seams. Okay, so this is it, and so we are going to get it this way. So you see, I'm just trying to get the excess out. So this is the excess one, this is it. Okay, and I am going to pin it here. Hope you can see very well. Yes, so this is it. I'm going to turn it this way, so I'll turn it this way. This is the marked line or the pin line, the excess one. So I'm going to use my hand to draw allowance here. So this is it. So this is it. So I'm going to sew following this pinned line, ½ inch up to meet the excess one here. So let me pin it. This point here, this point here, all through to the down here, all to this place. So I'll do that and come and show it to you. And so this is the top of the dress, and this we are going to add zip to it. I'm going to use this from here. I'm going to sew it in the secret zip form. So place it this way, turn it this way, and sew all on top, and then do the same thing for this side also. Sew it from here all to this. Then I will fold, cut, leave 1 inch or 1.5 inch on top, and then fold it in this way. So when I finish sewing, I'll fold it in this way, you see, and sew up to this place and cut it here, and do the same thing for the other part. We are done with it. So this is the front part that I will add zip to. Add secret zip to it. I'll just start it from here, because this one I'm not going to give it any hook. So just here, and I'll fold this in and sew on top up to the down here, and do the same thing and lock it inside, and that'll be okay. So you just have to make sure that this side you secure it very well. So I'll do that and come and show it to you. And the back here, this is it. I will knit this place, and then after knitting both, I'm going to put them down flat this way and hem it to the dress, making sure that it will not appear at the back here. And that will be it for our palazzo trousers also.